The Finland government has assured Biafrans that Simon Ekpa will be released at the end of the Biafran convention. There is hope for Simon Ekpa. I repeat, the Finland government, the Finnish government, they have assured Biafrans that Simon Ekpa would gain his freedom eventually by the end of the convention. For those naysayers, this is a video. Watch this video. We'll be right back for much more analysis.
My understanding, this is my interpretation, that Finnish government, they allow this investigation to happen, and looks like they make it so that your leader here is not coming here, looks like that. And this is my interpretation. But after this meeting, I believe he's going to be released. This is my understanding. Anyway, in the Finnish news, this was reported very neutrally somehow, but and also the Yle news, they reported. It was one main news, Yle news, they reported, But actually, we have two main news, And the second news, which was 10 o'clock in the evening, this news did not even report that one. Why is that? You can question. I know that in Nigerian media, they have said that Simon Ekpa will be captured until May of next year. I haven't read. But in the Finnish, this how to say, Yle, even Yle information, there is no mention about that at all. So there is some contradictions going on. Yeah.
So looking at the Finnish politician making that statement, it tells us a lot of things. A lot of things are at stake. One of my questions is it that the Finnish government are collaborating with Simon Ekpa? Because if you say what these guys are doing is illegal, why is it that the Finnish government will approve of what they are doing? Will give them permission, will give them security, will give them a venue? If these people are terrorists or propagandists or people that are content creators, or they are accused of the crime that the Nigerian government is informing the Finland government that Simon Ekpa did, if they are guilty of the crime, why is it that a legitimate government like Finland would allow such illegitimacy? Some DOS members said that most of those people going to that convention are on the wanted list, that they will be arrested after the convention. But it doesn't look like that. It doesn't look like that. So this Finnish politician is assuring Biafrans that Simon Ekpa would be out of detention unfailingly after the Biafra convention. Remember, Biafra has been declared. The United States of Biafra has been declared, and it is a symbolic thing. Many people believe that these guys are playing. These guys are unserious. These guys don't know what to do. They don't have better things to do. Why would you come out and carry out a charade or jamboree? For me, I look at this as symbolic to the Biafran struggle and agitation. Whatever anybody does contributing to this Biafra struggle, we will appreciate it. Now, they sit at home in the southeast. Some of these guys initiated some of the things that are happening today. They sit at home in the southeast, fighting and calling for the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Tinubu appointed Bianca Ojukwu which I am not in support of, Bianca Ojukwu, close to the presidency, came out and told us that Tinubu will release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu soon. See, the struggle for freedom is not an easy struggle. We must pay a price for it. The economy of the Southeast is dwindling. We understand that fact. But for peace to reign in the Southeast, because anything Fulani influx into the Southeast, we are against it. Fulani capturing Nigeria for their interests at the detriment of other tribes, we are against it. The North becoming a parasite at the detriment of the Southeast and the South or the southern part of the country, we are against it. The more reasons why we want peace in Biafra land. That is why it is very important that Nnamdi Kanu is released. Whatever DOS is saying about Simon Ekpa, whatever fight, whatever misunderstanding they have, it is inconsequential to us. Let Nnamdi Kanu be released, then we will know who is who. Because these people, they are in their associations, they know what they know, they do what they do, they raise their funds, they do all sort of things that we don't understand. It is the release of Nnamdi Kanu that will bring an end to all the shenanigans. What Simon Ekpa is doing in Finland is symbolic to the Biafran struggle. Look at the caliber of people attending that event. Most people don't follow the event anymore. And you think that people will leave other countries of the world, will leave their jobs, their engagements, and come for, is it a 4 or 5 day event declaring Biafra? Some people were even mocking them and saying that Biafra in exile, this and that. Have you studied Israeli returning back home, where the Israelis are now? There was a government in exile that functioned until they were able to return back home. We cannot stay in this system and do nothing and fold our hands. If we have let the fate of Biafra to just behaving like Nigerians, if Biafrans were behaving like Nigerians, we will not make any impact at all. Look at the Hausas are waking up. Look at tribes are waking up. Most people are talking about the dissolution of Nigeria, going our separate ways. The fire that ignites, the fire that is igniting everybody, saying, okay, let's regionalize. It is the Biafran fire. The Biafran agitation is one of the things that is going to inspire many African countries to liberate themselves from whatever shackles, whatever bondage they are in for the past years. The Hausas are waking up because of the Biafra agitation. They are giving the Fulani quit notice out of their country. So if people like Simon Ekpa, even though you look at him from a different lens or angle, there are some things that these people are doing that contributes to Biafra agitation. I sat down for some minutes, I looked at it. Many people were saying that these guys are playing. How would you declare Biafra? And you don't have control of the navy, no army, no nothing, nothing to show for it. Somebody said that after declaring Biafra, Tinubu is still their president. After declaring Biafra, they will still spend naira. After declaring Biafra, they are still in having Nigerian whatever. You see, go and study how Israel got back their country. Study it. It is a gradual process. I am sitting down, I'm thinking, I'm looking at this. You see, we are so desperate to get this Biafra and make sure this system is changed for good, for the betterment of everybody. Whatever step that is being taken. You see, one thing about consciousness, the consciousness needs to be there before action is taken. So this thing happening is symbolic. The world is watching. Finland government, you'll be surprised that Finland government may be part and party of what is happening. They may, I'm using the word may, have planned the arrest of Simon Ekpa to make sure it looks interesting. Because if Nigerian government were serious about arresting Simon Ekpa, they would have done that a long time ago. Just that they don't have enough of resources and evidence to hold this guy down, or the right reasons, or they don't want to take the risk of holding Mazi Simon Ekpa down. Because what would you tell a judge in the court of law that Simon Ekpa is causing havoc, and Simon Ekpa brings his own evidence? There are so many videos of the Nigerian government abusing human rights. I've not seen the Nigerian government win a case out of Nigeria. I've not seen the Nigerian government win a case out of Nigeria. I've not even seen Nigerian institutions such as EFCC and whatever. They seldom win cases even within Nigeria. Nigerian government institutions don't really win cases in Nigeria. Not talk of you are going abroad, looking at the system of government, look at what the government is doing to its citizens, how rights are being abused. You see, there's nothing the Nigerian government can use on Simon Ekpa. So if Simon Ekpa comes out eventually, the naysayers will be put to shame. Eventually, the naysayers will be put to shame. If you're asking about who is piloting the killings in the southeast, I'll tell you politicians, and I'll tell you the influx of the Fulani. These are before Simon Ekpa, wasn't there killings in the southeast? That's the big question. Before Simon Ekpa, wasn't there killings in the southeast? There's no killing, whether Simon Ekpa is being sponsored by the APC, there's no killing whatsoever that a politician does not have a hand in, whichever way. If you look at me, I look at the situation and I analyze it. You see, Biafra must come. Biafra is a necessity. It is necessary for Biafra to be in place for anybody around this African hemisphere to witness good governance. Biafra is the light. I believe so much in Biafra. Nigeria is... I was talking to some people today. I was talking to some of my friends today. I noticed that Nigeria is just like paperweight. Look at what Tinubu is doing in France. African countries are rejecting France, but President Tinubu is taking us back to the Stone Age, taking Nigeria into the hands of France. It seems Nigeria is losing its team. Nigeria is losing its glory. Nigeria, once the giant of Africa, is losing so many things. People are no more interested in unity, genuinely. All this is because of the fire that Biafra is igniting in the minds of people. For the first time, I'm hearing a northerner saying that let's go our separate ways. He may not be doing it because it is from his heart, but that statement alone coming out is something. The Yorubas are also saying let's go our separate ways. These are people that are in bed together. These are people that are partners. They are thinking of going their separate ways because they have seen what the Biafrans we have seen a long time ago. We know that anybody supporting the unity of Nigeria is either gaining from this current bad system. Is either they are gaining from this current evil system. That is why you see them supporting Biafra. Whether you like Simon Ekpa or not, Biafran cause is much more important as we speak to everybody. Whether the approach they are using is good to you or not, just know that the consciousness, Biafra consciousness, is very, very important to the struggle. For the fact that people are discussing Biafra is a plus. Let's not get to a point whereby nobody discusses Biafra anymore. When you look at the IPOB DOS, if we leave it for them, they are doing their thing silently. Biafra would have been long gone, because if you are not in the news, nobody looks or think or care about you. But these guys have consistently put Biafra in the news, the map, the news map of the world. Now, Simon Ekpa, Finland, Biafra is trending all over the world. That is what is going to get us closer to freedom. The reason why Nnamdi Kanu set up Radio Biafra is because of this cause, because he wanted to build consciousness, because it is very important, very, very important, building consciousness. So many people like us, listening to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, had to decide on supporting Biafra. We saw something in Biafra that people did not see. If you have so many people that you say, these guys are illiterates, they don't know anything, they are just moving with Simon Ekpa, this or that. Some of us are not illiterates, we understand what we are saying. When you compare the Biafra agitation to what Nigerians are facing in Nigeria, that you cannot compare it. You cannot compare it. It is incomparable. You cannot compare a Biafran to a Nigerian. A Nigerian is a defeated person. A Nigerian is a slave to the oligarchy, to the government and the cabals in power, to the ruling class. Tinubu came and elevated the rich class and removed the middle class. We have the rich and the poor. So it is the poor people who are Nigerians that are slaves to the rich people, and the rich people are just small, minute. So you don't compare a Biafran person to whoever that calls himself a Nigerian. You don't compare. If you say these guys are Mumu are doing, what are Nigerians doing to liberate themselves? The last election, people came out and they voted massively. They said all sorts of things. They came out en masse. Under the rain, under the sun, some people even risked their life. Some people died in the process, coming out to vote. While the system insisted of robbing them their right, of killing them and making sure that they don't get what they deserve. Can Nigerians come out and defend whatever, protest or say anything? End bad governance protest, everybody has gone back home. Nobody is willing to come out to say anything. People just complain. Don't do anything. They don't do anything online. Nobody does anything. In Nigeria, nobody does anything. The rich people, the government in power, manipulation, lies, and all deceit. They are putting it, they are serving Nigerians a bar of manipulations, lies, and deceit. And Nigerians are eating. And you have your mouth to start abusing people that are fighting for Biafra, say they don't know what they are doing. You that know what you are doing, how is the country for over 60 years? You are sensible. We saw Yoruba nation supporting that convention. Those that have seen the light. It's just because you feel that there's no way out. So what is the solution to Nigeria? Okay, let me say I'm not supporting Biafra again. How do we fix Nigeria? My brother, it is impossible for you to fix Nigeria at this point in time. You will be deceiving yourself thinking that you can fix Nigeria. Big time deceit. You'll be deceiving yourself. So Biafrans are doing what they need to do at the moment. Nobody's going to fold his or her hands. If you know you can do it better, suggest how you can do it and take actions. No, those people that are saying, okay, this guy is causing mayhem in the southeast, blah 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 blah. I will repeat the question. Before Ekpa came into play, was the southeast secure? They killed hundreds of people. The soldiers, Fulanis were running rampage in the farms. They were kidnapping. They even kidnapped the Reverend Father, a Methodist, I think a clergyman, Methodist Reverend Father. They kidnapped him, demanding 100 million naira bribe. They are kidnapping in other parts of Nigeria that is not southeast too. Along Kogin and Abuja Road, they are kidnapping there that is not southeast. Is Ekpa the cause of that one? People are asking for freedom. The Nigerian government, through the elite, are telling them we don't want freedom. And you are lambasting them because they are asking for their freedom. The Nigerian government will push you to commit 1 or 2 or 3 and now say you are a criminal. They will push you to the wall. They will harass you. Just like an army. An enemy comes and sees you. He searches you and there's nothing. He decides to punish you for nothing. If you retaliate on that army, they will say you are fighting a security operative. While it is the army that is destroying, it is the army that is infringing your right. It's the army that is harassing you. And they expect that a civilian, if an army harasses you, don't do anything. If he wants to kill you, open your hands, let the army kill you. Now, if you defend yourself, if you apply the law of God, of Christ, self-defense, you defend yourself, they'll say you're a criminal. That is what they are doing to the Biafra agitators. They will provoke you and make sure you are so angered, pushed to the wall. They killed over 150 people. They executed many people. Some people, over 50 people were released that were detained unjustly. The court released over 50 people. So, you expect these people to just watch and do nothing. They cannot be like Nigerians. Nigerians are docile. Nigerians are goats. Nigerians don't do their left from their right. Nigerians are confused. Nigerians are helpless. Nigerians are conquered people. They can't do nothing. I've said it. Tinubu is going to spend 8 years. If you like, all of you join together. The tax bill is another issue that will eventually lead to people fighting. But at the end of the day, these people are desperate. They want to be in power by all means. And they don't care whether they unalive half of the country to stay in that power. So no matter the pushback from the north, no matter the coalition from the southeast, south, and the north against Tinubu returns there in power. Except you change the institutions. And how do you change the institutions? You overhaul the institutions. Is it possible to sack many people? People that make up the INEC, you sack them. You sack Nigerians that are inherently corrupt. People that are holding positions that they cannot survive without corruption. Are these the people you are going to sack? You are going to overhaul the judiciary and the police, and you think that is possible if you don't change the current system and status quo? You cannot use the same criminals in power, in lawmakers, House of Rep, wherever they are, senators. You cannot use the same criminals to change the system. You need to disband it and reorganize it from top to bottom. So if Obi likes, let them say reform. At the end of the day, they will announce results, and the announced results, go to hell. There's nothing you can do. They will call your bluff. At the end of the day, they will call your bluff. Nobody is concerned whether your right is infringed or not. That is a typical Nigerian. So if you're a Nigerian saying that, hey, this down, yeah, this people are mugu, allow them do their mugu, and let's see what they will make of it. Let's see the result they are going to get from it. Some Southwesterners are saying that, okay, today that Biafra is going to declare their independence, then that means we have enough of illegal migrants in Lagos, in some part of Southwest. That means every Igbo people you see in Nigeria are illegal migrants. If like, don't face what is facing you. Don't focus on the government that is about to destroy your future or have already destroyed your future. That's about to tax you the more. Don't focus on what is troubling you. Focus on people that are fighting for freedom, people that are tired of the current status quo, people that are tired of the government repeating year by year the same evil on the people called Nigeria. These people want out. Allow them. Go. Allow them. Don't stress yourself. They are not blocking your road. If not that you have ulterior motives against these people. Nobody is standing on your way. If you want them to go from your aspect, from your side, amend the constitution, speak to your lawmakers, let them sign this dialogue, let these people go, let everybody agree, let the Southeasterners go. You people don't want the Igbos to go. You are just making, you're just playing, you're just making caricature of yourself. I know the Yorubas don't really want Igbos to go, because the Igbos have been saying, okay, let's come together, allow these people go, different governments. You people did not push. Ask your government officials, please, senators, let us come together and make sure that the Igbos are let off Nigeria. You didn't do that because these people organize something for themselves that they are going to leave Nigeria. You are not telling them they are illegal migrants. Who are you to tell them they are illegal migrants? Your government, your constituted government that is being ruled by the 1999 constitution have not told them that they are illegal migrants. It is you that you are seated there, you have not eaten, or there's something wrong with your country that you need to fix. You are the one telling people they are illegal migrants. The road to Biafra is sure, very, very sure, and we'll get there in no distant time.